Hello, my name is Joel Donahue and I'm a solutions engineer with Yugabyte. Today, I wanted to give you a demo of our smart driver. So why do you need a smart driver when working with YugabyteDB? Well, YugabyteDB is a multi-node distributed SQL database. This means you have a full cluster of nodes to query against. And traditional database drivers do not have the functionality built in needed to fully benefit from the distributed nature of YugabyteDB. When you have a cluster-aware driver like the YugabyteDB Smart Driver, you have built-in functionality such as load balancing or data locality query routing, which allows you to really benefit from the distributed nature of YugabyteDB. For our demo today, we have a 3-node cluster deployed in AWS, and we're going to be running the YV sample apps application to generate some traffic to this cluster. We are going to use the SQL inserts workload. And here we are, the workload. Here we have a contact point for the cluster. I have debug enabled on the driver so we can inspect what it's doing. And I have load balance false. What this flag does is when it is false, it will load the legacy Postgres driver so we can see how that behaves against the 3-node cluster we have. Go ahead and run that. You can see here we have the SQL inserts workload, load balance is false, and this has loaded the Postgres driver, the legacy Postgres driver. Scroll down a little bit, and we see a connection to only a single node in this cluster. Now we have the traffic hitting the cluster. Let's go over to Grafana and take a look. And we can see the load increasing, getting up to about 600 ops per second on this one node. And the other 2 nodes in the cluster, node N1 and node N2, are not handling any client requests at all. And this is a result of using the legacy Postgres driver. It is not cluster aware. It is designed to only connect to one node, and we are not able to fully utilize the other 2 nodes in the cluster when we're using the legacy driver. Go ahead and stop this. And let's see what happens when we use the Yugabyte Smart Driver. We're going to run the exact same workload. SQL inserts. Still same initial contact point. Debug true on the driver. And this time we have load balance true. And this will cause the YV sample apps to load to Yugabyte Smart Driver this time. And we can take a look and see how that behaves. Scroll back up here. You can see SQL inserts workload. Load balance true this time. And the driver loaded is the Yugabyte Smart Driver. Here's that initial contact point. Scroll down and see how this behaves. If you see here, one of the first things the driver does when it connects to the cluster is it runs the select star from YV servers. And this lets the driver retrieve all the nodes in the cluster. And this is how the driver becomes cluster aware. You can see list of servers got are all 3 nodes in the cluster. So we scroll down, every single node, all 3 of them have connections established to them. Down all the way at the bottom, the workload is currently running. Go back up here to Grafana, and we can see not just one node, but all 3 nodes currently have traffic coming in, and they're all 3 handling queries from the application. That was a demo of the YugabyteDB Smart Driver. We saw its built-in load balancing capabilities without any additional infrastructure. or programming, we had all 3 nodes in the cluster utilized handling client requests. Whenever you use YugabyteDB, be sure to use the YugabyteDB Smart Driver to take advantage of its additional built-in capabilities.